Hey guys, so this is the kit that I reviewed last week, or not necessarily reviewed, but you know, did an unboxing of it or what have you. And I want to come back to it because I'm going to change it from what it is into basically just a first aid kit so that I could put it in my vehicle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the American flag up there. Not because I don't like it, because I do like it. I love it actually. But I want to put that on something different. And we're just going to leave this little first aid emblem on there. And then let's get into the inside of it. So I really liked this pouch, but I just didn't really like very many of the things that were in here. You can see as I'm pulling some of these items out, you can remember what was in there. I'm going to take all these items out for sure and not put them back in there. I don't want this in there. Maybe this. It needs batteries though, so I have to remember to grab some batteries for that. Let's just get this empty first. Now it's completely empty. Definitely not that. We'll keep that in there. We'll keep that in there. Not that or that. None of this stuff. So I want this first aid bag, Ziploc bag, but I don't want these items. All right. So I'm going to keep the ferro rod. I'm going to throw that back in there. Or actually, you know what? I don't think I am. Never mind. Take that out. So we're going to keep the scissors. We're going to keep the emergency blanket. We're going to keep this cool knife in there. Let's show that again. I really liked this little knife. This is like the coolest knife I've ever seen. Isn't that just so cool? Yeah. So we're going to keep that in this pouch. And we'll keep the whistle, the light stick, and this little flashlight thing. Because it can, you know what? Never mind, that's kind of junky. We'll find a different flashlight to put in there. So let's start off with showing you the things that I'm going to put in there. So even though this says equate personal first aid kit, that's actually not what's in here. In here is first aid items, but this is more like wound care. Got some butterfly closures, some Q-tips, 2 gauze rolls, some paper tape, some triple antibiotic ointment, and then there's 3 different sizes of gauze pads in here, and that all fits nicely in here. Just shove all this back. So we're going to put this in here. Alright, so that is in there nicely. And then I have this. And even though it says Ready America First Aid Pocket Kit, that's not actually what's in there. So these are all the wet packets. There's moist towelettes and antiseptic towelettes and alcohol prep pads and, you know, all that kind of stuff in here, along with a first aid guide, hang on one second here. And put that right there like that. And then inside this pouch, I am going to put a whole bunch of Band-Aids, 3 different sizes. You can see the size on that. It's a pretty big one. And then a couple other sizes there. And then I have 8 packets each of acetaminophen and ibuprofen. I'm going to shove that in this pouch as well. So then also we are going to put, you know, in case of an emergency or whatever, I got 2 different styles of the emergency blanket, the Mylar blanket or whatever. I'm going to put those down in here in this back pocket. And then we're going to put this one that was already in this kit and this other poncho. They're going to both go in here as well. And there's 2 pair of, you know, gloves or whatever in here as well. And then a lighter, pair of lighters instead of the ferro rod. And then also a small pocket knife. So let's put these in there. And I definitely want these scissors in there too, so let's just let them be strapped right there like that. And emergency whistle, just in case of an emergency. Slide that down in there. Let's just go ahead and keep this knife in here, like I said. Put that on that side. Keep this light stick in here. Just put that on that side. And then we will just slide this one right in there. And then we will go ahead and take this little clip, this little carabiner, and then we're just going to hook it on these zippers right here, just to not let this accidentally open up and empty on us. So I will put this in my vehicle. Now I am fully ready for any kind of emergency situation, whether I'm, hiking or whatever and get a cut. I have the supplies for that. Or, if I just get a headache, or if somebody falls and bangs her head, or, whatever. And got medicine in there for that. Got the cleaning, antiseptic wipes, towelettes, everything like that. It's not a comprehensive first aid kit, but it's a lot better than what's in my vehicle currently. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do with that. Hope you enjoyed the little video.